Welcome everybody, and Johnny Keck over at AMP Futures. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your time today. We're going to be presenting a short video today, and we're going to show you how to add the Mini Nikkei contract that trades on the Osaka Exchange within AgenaTrader trading platform. AgenaTrader is a platform that's compatible to use with our CQG data feed. For those of you that are not familiar with the Mini Nikkei, to avoid any confusion, let me go ahead and bring up the exchange website to show you the market that I'm referring to. So you have an understanding of the particular symbol that we're going to add within AgenaTrader in this short video presentation. All right, so you can see here the Mini Nikkei 225 contract. This is 1/10 the size of the full-size contract. This trades on the Japanese exchange group, also known as the Osaka Exchange. This is $29 a month if you use it with AMP Futures. And a lot of times we get customers asking if there's a market that has fairly good volume in the after hours when the mini S&P closes. And if I had to say, in my opinion, this market is similar. It's pretty much like the Asian mini S&P. It opens at 7 p.m. Chicago time, and it closes at 1:10 in the morning Chicago time. So just within the market opened about an hour and 47 minutes ago, and we're about 500,000 contracts in terms of total volume. So that's not too bad considering that the mini S&P on a full day's worth of trading does about 2 million contracts, give or take, sometimes less. So we're looking at about 500,000 contracts executed within the first 2 hours of the open of the Mini Nikkei contract. All right, so we're going to show you how to add this symbol in the AgenaTrader platform, which is what you see on the screen at the moment. We're going to show you how to create a chart. We're going to show you how to create it on a DOM, depth of market, and we're also going to show you how to add it within the instrument list that you see here on the left side, which is what we call chart groups. And so we'll go ahead and show you how to add that symbol on 3 of those functions. All right, so the first thing I want to show you that's very important is you have to make sure you import exchanges within AgenaTrader in order for you to access real-time data. And what I mean by that is if you look at the top menu bar within AgenaTrader, you'll see all these little icons, very small icons. And the icon that you're looking for is this icon right here where it shows instrument, markets, and mappings. It's in between the instrument escort icon and the account connections icon. So if you hover at instruments, markets, and mappings. Now, you probably don't have to do this if you're already at this stage of, if you've already been logged into the platform, because that's something that you have to do when you first log into the platform. However, for any reason, if you have not already done it, click the Instrument, Markets, and Mappings icon in the quick launch bar here. And then when you do that, it's going to bring up the Instruments dialog box, as you can see, and it will show you all the different data feeds that work with AgenaTrader. All right, so there's quite a few. In this case, we're focusing specifically on the CQG data feed, which at AMP Futures is the only data feed that supports the Mini Nikkei Osaka Exchange. All right, so that's the only data feed that's going to work. So ideally, we're going to select the CQG tab. Now, if you notice, there's exchanges that are bold, and there's some that are not bold. So the ones that are not bold are the ones that I have not imported just yet. So I have no interest in trading stocks. That's why the stock exchanges are not bolded. But you can see the other futures exchanges are. So typically, the main ones really, if you have not already done this, you're going to see all the other futures exchanges not bolded. Really, the main one is just this one right here, the CQG Futures Instrument List. From my understanding, that's going to import any available future symbol within AgenaTrader. For myself, just for peace of mind, what I did was I just checked all the other futures exchanges just in case. It's not going to hurt. So if you check all of them as I've done, now you're going to hit Import at the bottom here. And then you're going to get a little disclaimer. You want to go and just read through it real quick and click OK. And then it takes maybe 5 to 10 seconds to import those exchanges. It doesn't take very long. So you'll see it progressing there at the bottom, and boom, it's done. All right, so it'll take about 5 seconds or so. So that's the first thing that you need to do if you have not already done that. Now, if you notice that all those exchanges are already bold when you get in there, that means you don't have to do it. All right, but this is more for just someone that has not done it, and that is required for you to access real-time data for you to get going on the platform. All right, so now that we've knocked that out of the way, let's show you first how to create a new chart for the Mini Nikkei contract. All right, so the first step, on the top left corner of the platform, you'll see a menu tab that says Main. If you left-click on Main, you'll see an option, a sub-menu that says New. So we're going to go and select Chart Container, and we're just going to open up and create a single chart. So we're going to left-click Single Chart. You're going to see the Create Chart dialog box populate. And now the next step, let's assume that this does not say Enyo. It's probably going to be blank if you're doing this for the first time. To the right of it, you'll see a little box with 3 little dots. And if you hover your mouse cursor over it, it'll allow you to select Instrument. So the next step is on the left-click. And now you can see the Add Symbols dialog box will populate. All right, so the next step is we're going to locate the Mini Nikkei contract within AgenaTrader by typing in the symbol on the top left corner of the window next to the left where it shows symbol here. I recommend leaving the symbol option checked, as you can see. and we're going to type in E as in Edward, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow, and O as in Oscar. All right, so that's the Enyo. You could see that the auto-populate will kick in, meaning that AgenaTrader has identified the contract that you're looking for. So E-mini Nikkei 225 Yen Futures Osaka Futures. That's exactly what we're looking for. So you're going to now left-click that instrument that auto-populates. You can see that it highlights, and now you're just going to simply hit the select button at the bottom there. When you do that, it then populates that symbol within the instrument field within the Create Chart dialog box. And then from here, just be sure to set your chart, accordingly. If you want a minute chart, what interval, what type of chart, and so forth. You can set your data range. So once you have all that in place, then you're just going to simply click OK. And there you go. And that's how you create a chart within AgenaTrader for the Mini Nikkei contract. So one quick recap: main, new, chart container, single chart. Click this little box with the 3 dots to the right of the instrument field. Then search for your symbol in the symbol search bar. Look for the auto-populate. Left-click the highlight. Select it. And then you'll go ahead and just, select what type of chart you want to create. And once you do that, click OK. And there you go. All right, so it's simple as that. That's how you create a chart with the Mini Nikkei within AgenaTrader. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close these charts that we've just created. It creates subtabs as I create them. I'm going to go right back to our basic workspace that we first presented when the video first started. Okay, so now we're going to take you through the steps in creating a dome. All right, so very similar process. We're going to go to main again, new, and this time instead of chart container, we're going down to dome now. All right, dome stands for depth of market. We're going to left click to select it, and there's our dome. Now, if you want these tabs to be independent, because what happens is when you create a new container or a new function within AgenaTrader, it creates it as a tab. And if you want to separate the tab and make that an independent tab, just right-click on the tab and detach it. All right, so now if I detach it, you can see the dome is now not integrated within the workspace. It's separate and independent in itself. All right, so now what we're going to do, on the top left corner of the dome, you can see the symbol search field. There's 2 ways of doing it. You can actually just type in E as in Echo, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow, O as in Oscar, and you can just simply select the symbol that way. However, since this is a video instruction, I want to do it the formal way. So we're going to go ahead and left-click on the box with the 3 dots there. And then you'll notice that that same exact Add Symbols dialog box will pop up just as it did when we created a new chart. All right, so now we're going to type in the symbol, E as in Echo, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow, O as in Oscar. There's the auto-populate. I always like to use the auto-populate because I know I'm selecting the correct symbol. Now you can see it's highlighted. I'm going to hit select. And there you go. Now you have your dome coming in with data. You can see contracts populating, the last trade price 173.70. And that's pretty much how you create Mini Nikkei dome. You can see times and sales starting to kick in on the right side there. So it's showing transactions and trades coming through. All right, so that's very easy to create a new dome. One more recap. I'm going to close the dome here. Main, new, dome. Top left corner, you're going to click the little box with the 3 dots. In the symbol search field, you're going to type in E as in Echo, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow, O as in Oscar. There's the auto-populate. Left-click to select it so it's highlighted. Select. All right, and there you go. Data's coming in, and now you have yourself a Mini Nikkei dome. All right, so we've already covered how to create a chart. We've covered how to create a dome. Let's close out this dome, and we'll take you through the last step here. Let's go back to the CQG Futures chart container. And now let's say, so you want to use this particular setup, which is a default setup that comes with AgenaTrader as a pre-built setup, but you want to be able to add the instrument within this instrument list that you see on the left side here. Very easy to do. All you have to do is just select an empty cell, as I've done there. Left-click twice in it so you get a blinking cursor, and then you just type in E as in Echo, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow, O as in Oscar. There's the auto-populate. So now if I double left-click it, you can see now it applies that symbol within the chart container. And now you have data coming in. All my charts have changed. So now if I left click on any instrument within the chart container, it's going to change those charts to that specific symbol that's currently highlighted. And there's the Enyo contract, which is the Mini Nikkei contract. All right, so that's as simple as it gets. We've already shown you how to create a new chart, create a new dome, and how to add it onto your chart container. So if you do want to utilize this particular watch list, you can have linked charts to your watch list. That might be an easier way to switch from one instrument to another. Other than that, guys, thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next video.